What is... What the Cover the door. Save the coffee. Save the coffee. What is that? What the heck? Why is... Save the... Hey, get the dogs. Save the coffee. What is happening over there? What is the sound? What is shaking? It's a banger bomb! It's a Stegmeister special! Brace yourself! Save the coffee! Save the oh, and the dogs! And the dogs! Coffee! Save the coffee! Earthquake! It's a banger bomb, not an earthquake! Stegmeister! Stegmeister! Cut that shit. Let's see if I got some playback here. Stegmeister, what up, brother? Hold on, let me fix some chords up in here, man. Let me fix some chords up here. I don't got playback. All right, check after that Stegmeister earthquake. Check, BC Live. Tuesday morning, rocking out with my amplified unit. Salute. Okay, I got good playback for you guys. I'm going to switch the headphones out so I can get my playback, if you don't mind. My playback is on the earbuds, so I can hear myself scream. Check. Whoa, okay, that's loud. All right, there you go. Motherfucking C up in the house. What up, dude? What up, everybody? I see some gold card channel members. What's up, everybody? I know this is only a little less than an hour of notice, but I had to do this review live. Day 1, Monday Night Raw, man. Mania season kicked into high gear pretty quickly last night, man. We are just absolutely ecstatic, man. We finally got it. The line we've been waiting for. We're going to talk all about it. Stegmeister started us off before we even went live, man. A 50-spot banger bomb. We call them Stegmeister specials. So we started off with a Stegmeister special banger bomb earthquake. That's the way we start off, man. Hey, Clutch City, 12-month membership, by the way. BC, Happy New Year, pimp. I believe Rock vs. Roman will be at the Chamber. It is a large stadium show. Mania season is about to be lit. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about Elimination Chamber. It makes no sense. It's a 6 a.m. event. To put Rock and Roman at Chamber makes 0 sense. I understand you're trying to fill a stadium. That's a B-level show at 6 o'clock in the morning. A lot of alarms are not going to go off or people are going to sleep through them. 9:30 a.m. for us New York side. There's no way you can do Rock Roman at Chamber. So it's got to be Mania or bust. But there's a chance they could. You know, the government is pushing for it. I know that they want a big match. They want to sell that thing. They want to sell the event. It would open up a Cody Rhodes finishing of the story. So I get it. But this is absolutely... This is absolutely one of those things where, man, if you were to put this at Elimination Chamber, a lot of people are going to miss it, guys. 6 a.m. on a B-level show, man. Beggars can't be choosers. We still would have to have it. You know, it's Rock and Roman Reigns, but there's just no way that you can, man. That's a big decision. You put that at Elimination Chamber, dude. It's not like it's prime time. You know what I mean? And then you only have 1 month to build it. You got to believe that Rock will not cross paths with Roman until Royal Rumble, right? Which is the end of January, I believe. End of this month. So that's only giving you 3 to 4 weeks before the actual match. Man, I don't know, guys. Elimination Chamber sounds horrible. Horrible. Maybe it's a better time for you guys, wherever you are in the world, man. Maybe it's a better time for you. I know for us, it's going to be like 6 a.m. in the morning. Do you need the morning with the 6 a.m.? I think one of those will do, BC. 6 in the morning. How's that? No thanks. So, I don't know. It's a WrestleMania main event. I don't know why you would do that just to try to sell some extra tickets. It's very odd to me. Pimp Jesus, 12-month membership. Let's do this review amplified. Pimp Jesus, thank you for the 12-month membership, man, no doubt. Angel Alega, by the way, I don't know if you're still up in the chat. 11-month membership. I believe it was your pops that just passed away, man. And I thank you for the kind words, and all I can say is stay strong and rock out for your loved one, brah. Angel Alega, I appreciate you, dude. Salute. And if I missed any other channel membership super chats, man, all apologies. Hold on, can I get back there or no? It's not letting me go back up. All right, can I go back up or not? There we go. All right. Oh, Clutch City Fan, 12-month membership. Yeah. Oh, no, that's Clutch City Fan is the one that said possibly Elimination Chamber for Rock and Roman. Again, that is being discussed. And maybe that's a set plan. I just don't see that. That is a drastic, what's the word that I want? It's a reduced matchup for sure. At that point, if you're going to take it from the WrestleMania main event and put it at 6 a.m. at the Chamber, you have just, you took a lot of steam off of that. So, we'll see, guys. I don't know. This is a WrestleMania match. That's clear as day, and it gives time for this to breathe. You can really this is a storyline we've been waiting years for. To just blow this off in a month? It doesn't seem right. Doesn't feel right. So I hope this Elimination Chamber business is I'm sure Cody, you guys know, I'm a big Cody supporter. I take a lot of flack for that. I don't care. I like Cody. The story should have finished at 39 because this has just been just horrendous to go through this struggle and adversity. Of course, he's still hot with the fans that are in the live crowds. I mean, they're pushing Cody Rhodes like the ultimate hero, right? He's the next John Cena. He's doing all of the meet and greets. He's got the smile every single Monday. He's patting kids on the head. So of course he's going to be super over. And that's great. But the rest of us now have to be on this finish the story ride for another year. The problem is the story's done. What is the story? I forgot what the story is. He's got to capture the title. That's what it was. Well, you failed, bro. Okay, that didn't happen, and now the struggle and adversity was just beating Brock a couple of times with a story that never even made sense because there was none. There was never a reason behind it. And then he beats Judgment Day 60 times. And now we got it. There's no... What is Cody and Roman doing the last year? Nothing. So now you have a couple months before Mania. You better make me care about this again. Because this has become just finish the story. Nobody even cares to see Cody and Roman again. We've already seen it. This is just anything we talk about, it's followed up with, no, Cody's got to finish the story. Why? At this point, fuck it. I'd rather see Cody versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania with the title. Have Randy Orton beat Roman Reigns at Rumble and set up something really cool. Legacy implodes. Orton versus Cody. That allows Rock to take on Roman, which doesn't need a title anyway. And then you have Punk and Sethington. It's perfect. Cody versus Randy Orton intrigues me. I don't need to see Roman versus Cody so that Cody can finish a story that should have been finished a year ago. I don't need that, and I know I'm not the only one. So I know there's a lot of you guys that you need to see the story finished. I don't. It's not the same feeling, man. In pro wrestling, you have to read the room. You have to go with the flow. 39, the flow, the river, the waterfall, everything led to the title changing hands. Now, if you had something really fun for an entire year, real struggle, real adversity, Roman and Cody's storyline stays hot, then I'm down with it. But you didn't. Cody just went and did weird shit this entire year. Roman never even looked in Cody's direction, and in 2 months, you want me to reignite that passion for these two. You better have a damn good story. That's all I'm saying. Stegmeister 2-spot, finish the story, will you, BC? Seriously, man. I mean, that's what we're doing for an entire year. Wrestling fans don't even stop to think about what we're saying anymore. We're on autopilot. We are conditioned to say Cody needs to finish the story. We're not even thinking that's not the best main event. Rock and Roman would blow that out of the water. That's a legit dream match that we've never seen before. And Seth versus Punk should not be booted from Mania. Seth versus Punk is one of the best storylines already, and they've only crossed paths once since Punk came back. I can speak. So, no way, right? There's 3 scenarios. Let's look at them. Rock and Roman night 1, and then Cody and Roman night 2, right? You pull double duty, there's 2 nights of Mania. So you can do Rock versus Roman night 1, family pride on the line, head of the table, tribal chief, all of that. No title, and then Cody Roman night 2. Scenario 2 is you can have Rock and Roman at Mania and Seth and Punk on the other night. So Rock Roman, Seth Punk, Cody versus Orton for the title. How is that? Scenario 3, Rock versus Roman at Elimination Chamber, and then at Mania you have Roman, Cody, and Seth and Punk. The original plans if the Rock plan fell through. Those are the 3 scenarios. There's a dilemma, right? Either one of them works, but as a Cody supporter, I will tell you, I'm not intrigued for Roman and Cody Part 2, just so Cody can finish a story that I no longer give a fuck about because they haven't given us a reason to care about it for an entire calendar year. But I'm sure somebody will be there going, no, BC, the story was struggle and adversity. The struggle was fighting Brock Lesnar for an entire summer. The adversity, fighting an entire day of judgment for 7 more months. Well, damn, color me captivated. So, there's a lot of great stuff here with The Rock coming back. You're going to get those people that don't want to see it. Right? I don't like The Rock versus Roman. This doesn't do anything for me, man. This is stupid. Just have Cody finish a story and another story and start another chapter and write another book. Let's have stories of Cody's struggling adversity, basically. I don't like Rock and Roman, man. That's old school WWE. A big time matchup with characters that we care about. And a storyline that is beyond epic. I don't like that, basically. Can we get some micro midgets out there? Can they do some flips and dives? Can we give them 6 and 7 stars? Let's give that the main event, basically. No, kindly fuck off. No, I want Rock, I want Roman, and I want them to collide, cause it's epic. It's epic. Those are the people that are literally just killing professional wrestling, right? Those are the people that why everything is going downhill, all the metrics. Because Rock and Roman pisses them off. Oh, no. A part-timer. A part-timer. Oh, fuck out of here with that shit. That was epic last night. It was the first time in many, many, many moons that I actually said, oh, shit, yelled out to the fucking television set, the big screen. That television set yelled out, oh shit, when he said, I can sit at the booth, I can sit at the bar, or I could sit at the head of the table. And you heard the crowd just ignite. BC screams out, oh shit, he did not. Because what that meant was obviously WWE just greenlit the matchup. That means the plans are in the works. You saw, guys, Rose Bowl, whatever it was. The Rock was in California earlier in the day. And what the fuck? What's his name there? Nick Khan. Nick Khan was in the background of the photo. So they were dotting I's, crossing T's. They're buddies anyway. So you knew when you saw Nick Khan in that photo, there was a good chance Rock was showing up. And then when The Rock showed up, it was the stereotypical run-of-the-mill Rock promo. Nothing epic or special. It was The Rock doing what The Rock does, and it's still captivating. It's still awesome. but nothing special. And you thought he was just going to end it. The music was going to play. But he said, oh, one more thing. And he says, San Diego, I'm hungry. I'm thinking he's just going to do one of those little things where there's a certain place in town of San Diego that's a famous spot, and San Diegoans love it. So he was just going to kind of cater to the live crowd. But no, man, when he said I could sit at the bar, or I'm like, wait, is he going to say head of the table? Is he going to say head of the table? And he said, or I could sit at the head of the table. Crowd ignites, and he just says, yeah, that's what I thought. If you smell what they're, and he just drops the mic drop. I mean, that's the mic, and it was just the last line of the promo, but it was a mic drop because that is instant goosebumps. That's BC yelling at the TV. Oh shit. Because I'm going to get the dream. If you guys truly are not excited for Roman versus Rock, cool. Eye of the beholder, your prerogative. I hope you can kick back with a cold beverage or a nice hot coffee and be happy for BC, because that's the match I've been waiting for fucking years. So I finally get it. While you guys are waiting around for Cody to finish a damn story, I'm going to be watching a real dream match. Not a fake dream match, because we use those words too often in pro wrestling. This is a dream match, and that's a dream match. This is a dream match, and that's a dream match. Did you see Billy Buttfuck McGee and Fuckwad Fred at the local bingo hall? They just had another dream match. There's a lot to talk about, man. Ivy Nile. Did you guys see Ivy Nile last night? We got to talk about it. How about Nia Jax's performance last night? Not actually bad. I can't believe I'm saying that, but there was a massive botch. And that could never happen again. We'll talk about Nia's botch. We'll talk about Ivy Nile. We'll talk about Cody Rhodes. You talk about somebody feeling so unimportant on a show. And this is the guy who's supposed to... I'm a supporter of Cody. I take flack for that. This is the guy who's supposed to main event Mania. He could not have been more of an afterthought last night. They don't know what to do with the Shinsuke thing. I was loving that story, and now they're just doing the same thing every week. Cody calls him out, Shinsuke up on the Tron. We'll go over exactly what happened. It won't take long, and I'm not happy about it. If this is going to be the main event, if this story is going to be finished, if I'm supposed to care about Cody Rhodes on another level as a supporter of Rhodes, this ain't it, Jack. So there's a lot to talk about. Adam Cleary, Adam, gold card member, by the way, 2-spot coffee. I appreciate that. And the third ever super chat. Adam, appreciate you, man. And JR9 Gaming. First ever gold card member, by the way, for those new to the channel. I know we got a lot of new subs over the last 24 hours. Really pumped up for Rock and Roman. Welcome, by the way. JR9 Gaming says, could Rock be unavailable in April due to any filming? And that's why they're potentially going with Chamber forward. If not, WrestleMania 40 is where it must happen. Yeah, JR9 absolutely could be, man. And I'm hearing that they're really pushing for a big match. That could be the Rock Roman. Obviously, that's the biggest match. So, JR9, I don't know the exact schedule. I was hearing that it was open until further notice, especially when the strike was happening. That's when The Rock and Nick Khan was really putting the plan together. That's what we were hearing. But JR9, you know damn well, just as BC does, I mean, Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber with just a month build is severely reduced to what the Mania match should have been. So it could be Elimination Chamber. I think that's... I have to make sure listen, I get up at 4 or 5 a.m. anyway, but I do a lot in the gym is the first thing I'm in, right? 4:35 if it's if it's a pushed back day. I got to put in that hour first, and then there's a lot that has to be done. Now I have to watch this event from 6 to 10. And I have to live make sure that I watch it because it's Rock. You're going to ask a lot of people. A lot of people do not get up at 4 or 5 a.m. A lot of people will set their alarms and sleep through it. You're going to miss Rock and Roman at a B show, by the way, even though it's in a stadium. And I understand they want to make it important. That's awesome. But Rock and Roman is a Mania match. So I truly, I don't even... JR9, I got to find out more about the schedule anyway. But, man, if that's at Elimination Chamber, man, they're only going to be able to do so much with 1 month. Rock is only going to have like 1 or 2 more appearances. Top 1 appearance, probably. Maybe they face off before the match. Hold on, guys. There's a lot to talk about, and I got to make my coffee if you don't mind. I literally had like 3 already, man. So I'm going to be really amplified with this review, but that's a good thing because there's a lot to talk about. A lot of good discussion has to be had. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out and a salute to every single one of you guys, man. Especially my channel members, but every single Red Team Go member, man. Everybody who's live in the chat and all of you guys, the thousands that are going to catch this over the next 24 hours. Whether you're here with us live, I only gave you guys an hour notice, not even. So I know most will catch this later, but even the future Amp Unit. To all of you guys, I appreciate you. Let's rock 2024. WWE, thankfully, is starting off the right way. Let's keep the momentum going. Salute, Happy New Year. Had to do a double sip. That's a Dunkin' Donut, freshly brewed. From the Coffee Amplify 5000. All right, guys. We're going to talk much more Roman Rock. That'll be at the top of hour 3. I'm guessing The Rock made sure that happened. And that's because last time when he did the whole crowd against each other, you know, like, what was it? Like, one of them was, half the crowd was saying bitch, the other side was saying something else, and they kept beeping it out. Rock got pissed off at that. So this time when they said day 1, douchebag, day 1, douchebag, and they kept that up for 7. Rock could not shut him up. It was great. They started going to war with one another. It was an epic fucking moment. And The Rock loves doing that. But he didn't want it beeped out, so they had it at the 3rd hour. Now, for those that don't know, at 10 o'clock, the USA Network greatly reduces the restrictions. So you can even have the same rating, but the restrictions are reduced at 10 o'clock. So you can actually say certain things and they won't beep it out. So that was huge to put that at 10 o'clock. So let's start right from the jump. There's a lot to go over, man. I want to make sure I get it all in first. Hold on. Make sure okay, there you go. Now I'm back in the I got the chat, man. Who's up in here, by the way, man? We got some gold carders, man. Pimpe Zeus, Eric Leno's up in here. Renee G. Non-gold carders are up in here too, though, man. We got some red unit, man. Gregory, Dwayne, Storm, Bonkers. What up, everybody? All right, so we started this thing off special, right? Michael Cole, Wade Barrett. This is day 1, Monday Night Raw. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett start the show middle of the ring. That's right, middle of the ring. Running down the show's lineup. I loved this. It's something so simple, but different, right? Sometimes it's the simplistic things, man. Something so simplistic, but different, and it made the night feel special, right? I mean, wait, this is old. This is like 80s WWE. You'd see certain things like just like middle of the ring. Vincent Kennedy would be in the middle of the thing starting our Mania off. It just felt special, man. We go right into Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. There was a major timing botch by Jax in this match, right? Nia Jax was about to get counted out, but she wasn't supposed to be counted out. She just could not get her ass back in the ring. She started getting up at like 8 or 9. The problem is that's a whole lot of woman. Much love and respect, but that's a lot of woman to get. You're just not doing a Shawn Michaels kick up if you're Nia Jax. That would be I would be chanting, "This is awesome," if Nia Jax ever did a Shawn Michaels kick up. That would be incredible. That would be epic. Could you imagine Nia Jax just laying there like she's knocked out, and then all of a sudden, boom, she hits a Shawn Michaels kick up? But she could. I mean. It took her a minute, right? And then you got to waddle back to the ring. By the time she got there, the count was at 12. But the referee stopped his count, and the referee, the crowd was just like, nah, brah. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Nah, dude. You know what I mean? The crowd, BC was like, you got to count. And WWE is trained to do the count. Like, if you have a situation where somebody forgot to kick out and they thought it was the count of 1, the referee is told to just audible count. I'm surprised they didn't count 10 there, but there was a lot of match left, and it was supposed to end with Jax looking dominant. So if they counted Jax out, that would have been a massive, massive audible. So the referee stopped the count, let her get back in. Now, full transparency, Nia did give it her all in this match. So we're going to let the botch pass. It's a review. We got to cover it, right? That was a big moment in this match. But she did give it her all. And Nia would eventually knock Lynch out with a stiff right uppercut. And when she did it, she was like, oops. Like she actually got her for real again. It was brilliantly done. And uppercut, maybe she did get her. It was a stiff shot. And then she hits the Yoko ass squash finisher, the Yokozuna, the Yoko ass squash finisher. And that was for the 1-2-3 pinfall. So Lynch is left bloodied, beaten, and baffled. Wow, this was a big W for Nia Jax. Massive. Funniest moment in this match is when she got dropped on her hole again. You remember that many months ago? When she fell on the apron ass first and she goes, ow, my hole! You remember that? Yeah, there's no way you can forget that, unfortunately. Well, she gets dropped on her hole again and she goes, oof, oh, that's gonna leave a mark. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm trying to take the match seriously because Becky's bleeding. She's beaten, right? The crowd is chanting, this is awesome, or like, I don't know what they were chanting. It was a decent match, actually. I mean, one of the best Nia matches you're going to come across. I don't know what that's saying, but here I am cracking up, man. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. I don't know what it is with her in that hole. But damn. Anyway, guys, Becky Lynch defeated and Nia Jax with a massive W. So they're going to pump her up as a big beast, take her into Mania. Maybe she has a Mania match and have a face. You know, if they don't give Jade Cargill a straight Rumble victory, right? Jade Cargill is one of the favorites to win the Women's Rumble unless, light it up, AJ Lee comes back. Or, boss time, Sasha Banks. If she comes back, you know what I mean? Then I'm, they got let them win it. But Jade Cargill is a favorite. But if they don't catapult her to like a championship match or something like that, is it possible that they try to make her a mega face and they put Nia on this tear, and then at Mania, Jade Cargill can take out Jax? And, you know what I mean? And really, like, show the audience that doesn't know Jade Cargill, hey, that's her first match. She just took out the beast, Nia. They could go that route, too. Interesting to see, right? But we will see. Big matchup, W for Nia Jax. So that's going to leave a mark. Also, Cody Rhodes was up next. Cody Rhodes calls out Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke on the Tron says, not tonight, Cody. Not tonight, Cody. He says, I finish your story and close your book next week. Nice line there. I do like the line. I'll finish your story and close the book next week on my time. Problem is you're just doing the same thing now, right? I mean, it worked. I liked Cody versus Shinsuke. I was one of the rare ones. You guys know if you followed the channel. I was one of the ones saying, extend this feud. I like it. It's a good story right now. But you have to get innovative. You have to make it special. I mean, this was like a 5-minute segment, and you just did the same thing. Shinsuke's on the Tron. He says, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da, did-a-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You might as well have been a fucking minion speaking. Or a Chewbacca speaking. Because it doesn't matter. It's the same words. It's the same thing, right? Cody's calling you out and you're just like, no, on my time. Okay, but we saw that for a month and a half now. So next week, we're just going to run it back. Okay, you better add the bull rope. If you guys don't know, Madison Square Garden, they actually had a really good bull rope match. If you're not going to raise the stakes and make it that fun, what MSG, New York City got to see, then then we're just seeing the rematch with the same story being told in redundancy. So what I'm saying is, and by the way, that was it for Cody, guys. So this is the guy that everybody has to put in the main event because he's got to finish a story. Now, even though all the kids and the families are all cheering for him, and that's great, again, for the third time in this live stream, I am a huge supporter of Cody. But this version is just corporate machine Cody, right? And that's awesome for him. As a supporter of Cody, it's so cool to see him over and getting the families and the response. That's awesome. But as somebody who needs to be intrigued by pro wrestling, right? I don't just sit back and do what some fans tell us. Just enjoy wrestling. No, I don't want to enjoy wrestling. I want to be captivated by wrestling. Cody Rhodes should be captivating us. WrestleMania is in a couple, 2-3 months. Right? Cody Rhodes just feels like a corporate machine right now. And not next level. He's not must-see main event right now just because you're telling me he's got to finish a story that should have been finished a year ago. Man, BC is dropping those truth bombs right now, man. I told you I had a lot of coffee. This is what happens when I get pumped up about professional wrestling. I'm actually excited. I'm actually next level myself because the little things that are wrong can be corrected. Cody Rhodes is phenomenal. No offense to, no pun intended to AJ Styles. But Cody Rhodes is phenomenal. He's over. And he should be a big focal point going forward. So make us care about him. Not just the families, that's awesome, and the little kids and all that. That's great, by the way. But we also need to. We also have to. Cody Rhodes, man. Just redundancy with Shinsuke until what? Until he finally crosses Roman Reigns? Finish the story. What's the story? You tell me the story at this point. He's got to get the title. Cody Rhodes. Are you guys a fan of Cody, by the way, chat? Yes or no? Fan of Cody? I mean, do you need to see Cody win the championship at Mania? Seriously. Is that a need of yours? Because I'm a supporter of Cody, no doubt. Clutch City says, yeah, man. Let's do this. He's got to finish that story. Mania, grab that title. Renee G says, nah. Adam Cleary, 1 month membership. Fuck yeah, man. Appreciate it. Yes. Fan of Cody, but have become indifferent. That's a good way to put it there, JB. Savage, the Punisher, says yes, and yes. It's got to be Cody or bust. But we said that for a full year now. For a lot of us, it's going to have to be you better pump up that story. I think he should get the title, says JR9 Gaming. Better be fun, JR9, man. If we're just going to if they're just going to rest on finish the story because he didn't get it a year ago, man, it's going to be greatly devalued to BC. They really did botch for a lot of us at 39. Anthony Boley, 12-month membership. What up, dude? The story, 12 months. The story has two. The story is he has to have the title, but now it feels lackluster. Should have already won it. Well, Anthony Boley, that's exactly perfectly said, man. Exactly. For a lot of us, you're just replaying WrestleMania 39. It's not even like Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3, and then they ran it back at 4. It's totally different. You're just literally replaying it. And we're possibly going to get a different... We're possibly going to get the different outcome. And that's just possible, by the way. They could still have Roman carry that title to get Hogan's record. And maybe later in the year, Cody gets the title. SummerSlam or beyond. Joel Brewer. Joel, welcome to the unit, man. Gold status. Earn the gold card. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome. Salute. We'll see. I don't know, man. I just, man, as a Cody supporter, this is Cody versus Roman has never felt so forced, has never felt so irrelevant It's funny how you can be forced and irrelevant same time, but this Cody situation, it's becoming exhausting hearing everybody talk about how he has to finish the story because he hasn't finished it yet. I'm not on board with playing the same storyline of last year, man. There's long-term storytelling, and then there's just exhaustion. This is not a storyline. Rock or Roman Reigns and Cody have not even crossed paths in the calendar year. We're resting on he still hasn't finished the story. So what? If he hoists up the championship at Mania 40, are you going to get the giggles? Are you going to get the goosebumps? Is it going to feel as special? Is it going to feel more special because you had to wait another year? Struggle in adversity, BC. If it's going to, awesome for you. For me, I'm seeing something I could have saw a year ago because nothing within the calendar year was epic or needed to be done. That couldn't have already been done a year before. I hope that makes sense, man. JJ828. I'm the same way. I'm over the finish the story shit. It's a mockery now in the wrestling world. Everybody is even using the term, right? Punk came back. He's like, everybody's talking about finishing a story. I'm not here to finish a story. I'm just beginning. Everybody's using it now. If you notice, Cody actually gets Cody tries not to even say it anymore. Cody himself knows that it has gotten to a point where it's like he's over the whole finish the story shit. Listen to how many times Cody talks about it. He really doesn't anymore. He knows it's hit a wall, man, a brick wall. So, when Cody Rhodes himself is over it, there's a problem. So if you're going to do Cody Roman, cool. I'm on board because I support both. But you better make a large part of the audience that is no longer on board with that match, you better make us care about it. Moving on. Jey Uso. Oh, hold on. Wait, we got another new channel member, I believe. JB, welcome to the gold team. And I believe you had that gold card before, if memory serves me correct. So JB, gold card looks great after your name, brother. And welcome. Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston. Coffee Kingston. Jey Uso and Kingston defeat Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium due to referee stoppage. Unfortunate events as Vinci sprung off the ropes and right into a drop kick from Kingston. Vinci's dome piece bounced off the canvas like a Michael Jordan basketball being dribbled. It was unfortunate. The ref instantly was like, nope, this dude is done. He knew, and he rang the bell. That's a real legit injury, by the way, guys. This serves no purpose storyline-wise. Kingston was like, oh, oops. Although it's not Kingston's fault. Upon replay, you clearly see Vinci just bounce his head off the canvas. The drop kick was executed perfectly. Everybody played their role beautifully. Even Vinci. Again, it was just an unfortunate event where his head snapped back off the canvas. So it's not Kingston's fault at all. And Vinci should be fine. He's going to be in concussion protocol. Most likely has it. Hopefully there's nothing wrong neck-wise. But hopefully he'll be good to go. But referee stoppage, that was a rough replay to show. I'm glad they actually did show it, though, because it was so odd the way that it all transpired that we were just like, what happened? Like, where did that even come from? And it was important to play that replay so people know it's not Kingston that did that. His head bounced off. So, pretty important. So, we wish Giovanni Vinci a speedy recovery, but not too speedy. Make sure you're good to rock. To the over 100 of you guys that smashed that up, totally forgot to even mention that. Helps out the algorithm. I do appreciate that, man. Let's take that to 150 and beyond on this Tuesday morning / afternoon. Hour number 2 then begins with Miz TV with R-Truth. JD McDonutts and Dom Dom come to the ring. Dominik cannot get a single word in, and it's an absolute thing of beauty. What a wrestler can only dream of is the heel heat that Dominik Mysterio is currently getting. Absolute magnificent to a level that a lot of wrestlers will never achieve, actually. Dominik Mysterio is getting organic heel heat at another level. They will not let this dude speak. They won't let him talk. He goes to say a word and they drown him out. And what this did was it set up a tag match between the four. It was R-Truth and the Miz. Miz and R-Truth versus McDonutts and Dominik Mysterio. The funny part here is R-Truth. R-Truth seriously did not know. He was confused on who he's tagging with, guys. R-Truth literally has no idea who he's tagging with. He's like, so wait, am I tagging with McDonutts or am I tagging with Dominik? Miz is like, no, Truth, you're tagging with me. And Miz is trying to hold back laughter. If you guys check it out, Miz is serious. Now, he's always kind of got that goofy grin on his face. Miz is always looking like he's half smiling. But this dude is about to crack up because Truth is that realistic. Michael Cole was fucking with him on commentary. He's like, that's not an act to Wade Barrett. He says, that's not an act. That's R-Truth. So Miz is trying to do this promo, but Miz is cracking up. And it's a thing of beauty, bro. Oh, man. I gotta be... Okay, I'm gonna say this. And I hate stupid comedy. All right? I love comedy, but, if it just has no place. Like, running around in a dog park, Truth dressed as a Christmas tree, and Ninja Tozawa in a trash can, and they're trying to roll one another up for the 24/7 title, for instance. No, please stop that, man. It's making your wrestlers look like geeks, idiots, dumbasses. But, R-Truth, man, with the Judgment Day, I gotta admit, Truth and Judgment Day, this whole shtick, it's pretty funny. All right, I said it, all right? I admit, it's pretty funny. R-Truth just makes it. This is stupid. R-Truth with the Judgment Day is stupid, and it makes Judgment Day look not realistic, not serious. Yet, it's funny. It actually works. Go figure. By the way, if you're wondering, Miz hits McDonutts with a skull-crushing finale for the pinfall. Miz and Truth collect the W. It looks like Levesque McMahon is not too high on JD McDonutts. He's collecting a lot of L's, but at least he's getting camera time. And he's in matches. But he's clearly just the whipping boy in Judgment Day. McDonutts is just there to eat a lot of L's, not to be taken seriously. And that was another L that he actually took from Miz in the skull-crushing finale. So they then aired a club segment with Carter and Chance partying it up inside the club. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven crash the club, and Carter and Chance throw a couple of 2-3 drinks into Green and Niven's faces. And then Green and Niven are promptly das booted out of the club. So they get the drinks thrown in their face, and because they entered the club illegally, they were supposed to wait in line, and they just acted like they were VIPs. Even though they got the drinks in their face, they got das booted afterwards. So they're pissed off. They want those tag titles back. So I like this because, you give Chance and Carter an identity, something different, away from the ring itself. They're really good in the ring. But, make us care about them a little bit more, right? Do these vignettes. Do something cool outside the ring. Put some care and effort into it. A lot of people may look at that and say, that is dumb. What is their characters? Partiers? A stupid segment in a club? What? I look at it as it's the beginning of something. They actually want to put time and effort into Carter and Chance. And I'm all about that. You got to start doing that with all of your talent. So I like that. Also, guys, in our number 2, we had a really good women's match. This match. Hold on, let me get back onto the chat here. There you go. This match. Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile. So Rhea Ripley, Ivy Nile, this is the Women's Championship. This was a Beast versus a Pitbull match. The Beast is played by Rhea Ripley. The Pitbull is played by Ivy Nile. And this was a physical match. There was moments in this match where you see that Ivy Nile still needs that experience, right? And then there was so many times in this match where you didn't give a shit. You're like, she's ready now. So there was some, when you critique pro wrestling like I do, I take a great pride and great joy to know that I am the best to do what I do. Like actually critique pro wrestling, know what to look for, and in what area, how to look for it. I take that I take that to heart, and it's cool that I'm able to do that. But to watch Ivy Nile in the areas that she needs to improve on be completely overshadowed by all of the shit that she is great at, that was something to behold last night. A gnarly headbutt followed by a subsequent riptide scored Ripley the pinfall victory and allowed her to retain her championship. But make no mistake about it, Ivy was put on the map last night. Ivy Nile was put on the map last night, man. Even for BC, I was not a big-time backer of Nile. No issues with, but on a stacked roster, it's kind of like, all right, Ivy Nile just got called. Like, you better just like wait in the back of the line. We'll get to you eventually. That's how I was looking at it. But after last night, I'm like, you may need to cut a good 5, 10, 15 females off in that line because you are good. And she's only going to keep improving. So that was wild, man. I call that the Beast versus the Pitbull. Pretty damn cool. And then hour number 3 starts off with the former world champion reveal. And it's none other than what we've all been waiting for. The modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Salute. Jinder Mahal. Now, if you were like BC, I was absolutely, I was ecstatic, right? I was yelling out the rooftop. I was flipping out. I was like, it's because I mean, this was one of the biggest moments in pro wrestling history, right? Jinder Mahal returns. I was ecstatic. I was pumped. I could not believe. Goosebumps. You would not. Jinder Mahal was back in WWE and inside a ring on Monday Night Raw. I couldn't hold back the excitement. I was calling everybody, a couple 2-3 insiders that I know in the business. A good friend of mine inside those walls of WWE, and I had to give him a call, and I couldn't believe that Jinder Mahal. I can't even keep a straight face. Listen, I like Jinder Mahal. That's a hot take, I understand. But I like Jinder. I wasn't that excited. Obviously, I'm joking around, but I felt it was an amazing swerve. If you looked at the time, you knew damn well it's not Jinder. That's just the setup to who the real dude is. And the more Jinder spoke, you kind of thought it was going to be The Rock. He started talking about America and all this, and the People's Champ was the first because I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. Jinder Mahal's promo has nothing to do with Sasha Banks, nor would Sasha come down for Jinder Mahal. That would be weird. Brock Lesnar? I'm sure he doesn't give a shit if Jinder Mahal is running down the country. And Andrade, that's a weird thing to have Andrade step up so massively for the U.S. It was the People's Champ. It was becoming evident, right? But the look of sheer disappointment and displeasure from that San Diego crowd was magical. Magical. Paul Levesque McMahon must have been like the dude from Home Alone. I used this in a recent upload. You remember when Kevin McAllister, he's using the stolen credit card for the hotel, and the hotel guy knows something's up, and he gets confirmation the credit card comes up stolen, and the hotel guy has this big shit-eating grin. That's Paul Levesque. When those visuals of that crowd, completely disappointed, shredded when the modern-day Maharaja came down that aisle. When the music hit, it was a massive letdown. It was palpable. You could feel it. It was magic. Sheer magic. Jinder Mahal, literally just depleted everybody in that arena and so many at home. And it was just a set. I knew somebody else was coming out. Again, as he went on with the promo, if you smell, here comes The Rock, right? Crowd goes ballistic. Absolutely wild. Now you're thinking this is going to be, I'm breaking shit. Hold on, I'm picking up cords. You're thinking this is going to be one of the, hopefully you guys can still hear me. You're thinking it's going to be one of these just Rock promos where he comes out, he does his little insults, and all of a sudden he whoops modern day Maharaja's ass and he sends the crowd home happy and we all go, wow, The Rock returned. The Rock beat up Jinder. And we all talk about how cool it was to see The Rock. But that's not what happened. They did the insults, and then at the very tail end, he says, oh, one more thing. One more thing, he says. He says, Rock is hungry. So when The Rock goes and gets something to eat here in San Diego, does The Rock grab a seat at a booth? Or does The Rock have a seat at the bar? Yeah, The Rock loves the bar, he says. Or does The Rock have a seat at the head of the table? And the crowd just absolutely lost their shit. BC yelled to the screen, oh shit! Because I couldn't believe it actually just got greenlit. Like, we wait so long for something, and it happens, and you're like, yes! Finally! They greenlit it. Seat at the head of the table, crowd goes nuts, and he just says, that's what I thought. Mic drop. Absolute mic drop. You know, that's what pro wrestling, man, when you can make BC, who's, you know, I can be pretty jaded. I've been watching decades of pro wrestling. I've seen really good eras, really bad eras, great storylines, the shittiest of storylines. When you can make BC yell out, oh shit, you've probably done something pretty damn good. Punk and Rollins. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, how cool. Roman Reigns and The Rock, how cool. This is a magical time right now, heading into WrestleMania, man. Mania season right now. Those two main events, again, they could put Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber at 6 a.m. for a lot of us. Which, man, and then that allows Cody to finish stories and watch him lose anyway, and then fucking Roman just goes for Hulk Hogan's record. Again, you set up an option. Does Randy Orton win the title at Rumble? Maybe everybody is coming out and you know, you got Jimmy out there. You got Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman is busting his phone over Randy's dome piece. Who knows? Everybody is out there taking out Randy, and all of a sudden The Rock helps out Orton, and Orton wins the title. Orton then can go do something really special with Cody Rhodes. There's a story there. That's one of the people that really taught Cody everything. They were in Legacy, and the runner of that group was Orton. That would allow Roman and Rock to still do their thing at Mania with no championship. It would still allow Seth to take on Punk. I mean, that's one scenario you could do. There's a lot of scenarios. There's a lot of debate. All I know is if you do this at the Elimination Chamber, a lot of people are going to be pissed off. They're going to miss their alarms, man. They're not going to be able to get up at 6 a.m. And that's just for some parts of the world. They may be getting it at 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. There's going to be people upset. I mean, that's one of the biggest matches in pro wrestling history. Interesting. At that point, guys, I went in and uploaded a little 10-minute breaking news upload on that because I know a lot of you guys don't watch Monday Night Raw. It's been too bad for too long, so you just listen to BC's review. If I talk about any segment that was positive, you'll go back and check it out. If I pretty much rip something apart, you know you didn't miss anything. I know a lot of you guys don't watch Raw. You just tune into BC. To BC. First and foremost, I appreciate that you guys trust me with all the people in the community that try to do what BC does. You guys trust me with all the breakdowns of these news cycles and shows. I appreciate that. So because of that, I just cut everything right there and I went and did that upload. And I put that out, and And you guys, thousands of you guys already checked that out, but I felt like I had to speak at that immediately after it happened because that was raw emotion, and that's so big. That's one of those things where you got to talk about it instantly because it's that big. So I don't know what happened next. I'm guessing that was Nox and Nattie versus Baszler and Stark. The winner of that match becomes the number one contender for the newly crowned women's champions, Chance and Carter. So is that what happened next, guys, in the chat, if anybody was viewing? And what was the outcome? Because I don't have the review for that match. So JR9 Gaming, my right-hand man on the channel, or anybody up in the chat, was that tag match Nox and Nattie versus Baszler and Stark the next match? And what was the outcome? Because BC's going to be, I'm going to be finding out as well. JR9 Gaming confirms it, and he says, yeah, Zoey and Shayna won in just a few minutes. So this was your typical women's match with no real care or effort. Nox and Nattie just eat another L, and we're going to see Baszler and Stark versus Chance and Carter. And it's funny because Stark and Baszler were starting to be pushed as faces for a few weeks. Remember that? They were heels, then they're faces again. And now they're taking on the faces, Chance and Carter. And that's what happens. If you don't give them their proper identity, are they a face or a heel, you're going to confuse your audience. And when you confuse your audience, they're just going to say, check you. So my point is, this is not really going to do anything for Baszler and Stark. Instead, are you just going to have them lose this match and so they get their title opportunity and they lose? On top of that, you can't have them win because now you're just playing hot potato with the tag titles. Interesting. And then you went into Sethington Rollins versus Drew McIntyre World Championship main event. Rollins defeats McIntyre via the stomp pinfall. A lot of distraction from the Day of Judgment, including a teased cash-in by Priest. And that's how the show ended, with McIntyre just taking an L. And I guess now maybe he's going to be pissed at Judgment Day. But heel Drew was actually the best Drew we've seen in a long time. That was a bad loss for Drew. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. There was no way he could win the title. I get it, but have something more creative planned that's gonna really save face. Nobody's gonna remember the Judgment Day interference or anything. They're just gonna know that Drew took another massive L. I wish they got way more creative. Because this is going to start to damage Drew. This is 2 times they put him up against Seth, and 2 times we're not going to remember anything that Drew did in that match. And I got to be honest with you anyway. I don't know if it would really matter anyway, because everything after the Rock mic drop, everything after that felt so just overshadowed. Again, I didn't even see the tag match after with the ladies because I was cutting the upload for you guys, the breaking news. Because again, a lot of my viewers, they just don't even watch Raw. They just stop because it was so bad for so long. So I felt I should tell you, you might want to check that out. So I missed the next segment, didn't even care. And then the main event, I just couldn't wrap my dome piece around anything other than Rock Roman. So, unfortunately, Sethington Rollins and Drew McIntyre got completely overshadowed. There was no way that they could follow The Rock. And that's what I got review-wise for you. I've already went nearly an hour. Let me go over. I know there were some supers, man. Let me go over to... Let me see what you guys are saying, man. Hold on. I got to get the super chats up on the big screen, if you don't mind. Hold on. Again, Stegmeister started us off with that 50-spot banger bomb Stegmeister special. WTFF boy, 5-spot coffee. Cody, Rock, and Roman. Triple threat for Mania, maybe, question mark. I don't know. Cody needs something and not get the shaft. Don't want him fumbling through Mania. I know, but he's been fumbling through 2023. A thing with Brock that never had a purpose or a reason, no storyline. And he's just been wrestling Judgment Day ever since. And now recently Shinsuke. But that has just started to hit redundancy because they're not doing anything different. So, I mean, he's already fumbling through anything. I agree. I don't think he'll be shafted. He's too big of a star. And the company is putting a lot of stock in him. But I definitely don't need to see a triple threat. Rock, Roman, and Cody. No, Rock, Roman has to be by itself. Now, you could see at the Elimination Chamber, guys, If The Rock, because The Rock was winded after a few moves last night. You said he dropped a people's elbow and he was winded. You could tell he is nowhere near wrestling shape ready as far as the endurance part of it. And that's why he's getting back into it. He took a couple kicks, some punches. He tussled with Jinder a little bit. He'll get back in the ring over the next month or two. Probably with his daughter, Simone. But he was winded, guys. I mean, he was really he was trying to get through the end of that promo. So it's one of those things where, he's got a little bit of time, but he's got to start getting that back in the shape. He looks the part, right? He's got the delts popping out. He looks the part, but he's going to have to get a little bit more into ring shape for sure. So you could see a tag match at Elimination Chamber, Rock and maybe Jim Uso taking on Roman or Jey Uso, The Rock and Jey Uso versus Roman and maybe Jimmy or Roman Solo Sikoa. And what that would do is it would protect Rock so he doesn't get too hurt and then he could still do his movies, but he also doesn't have to carry a match. So you could get a tag match, kind of family versus. I don't want to see that, though. So just like I wouldn't want to see a triple threat, I also don't necessarily want to see a tag match either. So, appreciate the coffee. WTFF. Boy, Stegmeister. Finish the story, will you be? Adam Cleary, 2-spot. I got to that. I got to JR9's Elimination Chamber or Mania. We'll see, JR9. It'd probably be better timing for a lot of you guys. Statewide, no, we'd be up pretty damn early for that. JR9 Gaming, 2-spot. Andrade is rumored to be returning on NXT tonight. That would be massive. New Year's Evil, I believe, is what, or no, New Year's Evil. That was left. It's already New Year's, BC. New Year's Evil, correct, JR9? It's a specially themed show tonight, so big, and I fully believe they're going to pull out all the stops. Andrade would be massive. A lot of people thought that was the front runner for Monday Night Raw's surprise last night. New Year's Evil. Right, yeah, JR9. What I said, New Year's Eve Evil. That's going to be massive. If I get a chance, I got to check that, man. It's going to be interesting to see how they use Andrade. It's got to be way better than beforehand. Ryan Mason, 10-spot, couple of coffees. Hey, BC, at work right now, wanted to pop in and say the Rock segment is probably the best thing on this show. I will catch the rest of the review when I get off work. Ryan Mason, I agree, dude. This is one of those pop-up moments, man. Shout-out moments. Electrifying moments. See what I did there? It really is. All kidding aside, if I scale back the entertainment aspect and de-amplify a little bit, in all seriousness, that was a badass moment. The way it was done. I thought he was just talking about where he's going to eat to pop the live crowd. Like a cool hangout spot in San Diego. And I'm like, we don't need to hear this. And he drops this line it was massive. Ryan Mason, appreciate it, man. Whoop that ass at work. This will be up on the channel afterwards for my non-live crowd. I know that's going to be thousands of you guys. So I'll make sure this is up on the channel when we are off the air. Ryan Mason, appreciate it, man. Christopher Blackshear, 5-spot coffee. Let's go. Rock versus Roman at Mania 40, night 2. There's chumps out there saying that it should happen at the Elimination Chamber. They're clowns. Christopher Blackshear, I agree as far as it should not be at the Chamber, but it is a very real possibility. I don't know how The Rock would get into ring shape in just a month. I mean, he needs that Mania time. But just the timing of it, to have that big of a match on a B-rated show, even though it's a stadium, and having a lot of the world waking up so early in the morning, ooh, that's rough, man. Christopher Blackshear, I don't know. A lot of those people are fellow Cody supporters, as am I, but they just really want the story to be finished. So they want to get that done with in February. It's too big for Elimination Chamber. Could happen. It's just too big for it. Christopher Blackshear, I do agree. Big Nang with a 20 spot. Big Nang gold card status. Big Nang 20 spot. Man, that's several coffee. Let me give Big Nang a salute. Big Nang, salute, brother. I didn't even read Big Nang's. I just got to give a salute. Big Nang's one of my tried and trues, man. Had to make sure I took a big swig there. 20 spot Big Nang says the finishing the story with mutual respect era. With Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke, Drewson, Brockton, Jason, Hamilton, Randall, Los Angeles, Knight, Styleson, the Punk made in Chicago, and now Dwayne-a-Thin. WrestleMania season just opened up more lanes. Hey, Big Nang, I pretty much nailed all those names first try, didn't I? You rocking with the best, Big Nang. Dwayne-a-Thin. Yeah, I'm thinking about calling Punk should be Punk-a-Thin. Sethington versus Punk-a-Thin. Big Nang. Yeah, man, WrestleMania season's rocking. Appreciate you, dude. Clutch City fan, 5 spot coffee. What are your thoughts on the Jericho situation? In the last few years, I have turned away from being a Jericho fan. What did Jericho do? Clutch City fan, are you in the chat still, man? Clutch City fan, if you're still in the chat, let me know exactly what we're talking about, or anybody in the chat if you know. What did Chris Jericho do? Because he's always talking about something. He's always engaged in some type of drama or whatever, so sometimes I just don't know. Oh, allegations on some Vince McMahon type stuff. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, I won't. I can't comment on that, man. I didn't even hear this. Is that new? I have no clue about that, Clutch City. Sorry, man. I'm still on a high wrestling wise, storyline wise with Rock and Roman. Oh man, that sucks. Kylie Ray. Oh, is there an actual name? Kylie Ray. Oh, man, Clutch City. Yeah, I know nothing about that, man. Literally haven't even heard about it. Sorry, dude. Accusations against him from Kylie Ray being inappropriate. I mean, it's like a Ric Flair situation, right? You truly believe they don't mean any malice, maybe. I don't know. You're not inside their head. But, like, they're just, like, over the top like that, right? And you reach a level where you truly believe you're a rock star. So that's all I can say. Jericho's always treated himself like he was a rock star because he kind of is. He is the front runner of a band. So, sometimes when you reach a status, but it's allegations. You never know, man. A lot of the shit, you got to find things out, Yeah, James Shrimp Fajitas. Jericho is a rock star. Yeah, know nothing about that, though. Clutch City fan, I appreciate you, man. That's heavy. We'll let the litigation tie that one up. But the Rock and Roman is happening. Colin, 2 spot. I will see Banks at the Rumble match. So, Colin, you're going to the Rumble and you're hoping for Sasha Banks is what I'm concluding with that super chat, right? We'll see, Colin. This is a pro Sasha Banks channel. I would love to see it. Jamal Straken like Cody, but 39 was the time. Now it's Rock and Roman. It's just the better storyline for a lot of us, guys. As a Cody supporter, I've said that 8 times in this stream. What's more impactful? What's more intriguing to a lot of us? Roman and The Rock. Cody finished trying to finish a story for the second year. It just doesn't feel special to me right now. We're all going to be tuning in just to say at the end of it, he finished the story. There better be emotion behind that, like 39. That's all I'm saying. If it's Cody and Roman at Mania, I'm cool with it. Make us care more than a lot of us do right now. If the whole thing is going to be based on, well, he's still trying to finish the story, guess what? For a lot of us, that story ended at 39. This is a whole different journey to get the title he's never won now. That's what it feels like. So while it's a different journey, it also feels like a lot of redundancy. It contradicts. It's just not fun for a lot of us. We'll see. Joel Brewer repping NYC. Are you up in NYC? At this point, I'm all over, bro. Tri-State is always going to be home base, man. From Pennsylvania through New York, Jersey, New England, I will always rep my East Coast, man. So that's home base always. So yeah, that's why 6 a.m. for us. That's why I say that. Because I'm guessing that's where you're going, Joel Brewer. It's early in the morning for Elimination Chamber. And I know from Florida to Maine, a lot of us are going to be a little pissed off. You know, I'll be up. I'll be coming out of the gym. But, you know, if you're Florida, if you're New York City, if you're New England, you know, and even if you're the middle of the what do you get? 7 a.m. Okay, you're still up pretty damn early. Well, that would mean California is what? What the fuck? I don't even know what that means for California. That's a situation, bro. I really don't even know, bro. I don't know the time schedule. I just know that it's not prime time for the States. Okay, so Big Nang is saying it's 6 a.m. for the West Coast. So it's you guys that will be the 6 a.m.ers. And I've been on the West Coast enough to know that they are not going to want to get up at 5:45 a.m. to catch the pay-per-view. Interesting, man. Man, 6 a.m. for California. Well, it could have been 3 a.m. James Shrimp Fajita says it would be 3 a.m. in Hawaii. Well, that's their La Familia. The whole story comes from Hawaii. The whole thing is about the tribal, not tribalism, not the tribalism fandom, but the tribal chief, the tribal family and the heritage. And you're going to make all your La Familia and friends get up at 2:45 a.m.? That's stupid. Oh, I don't know, guys. It could be the chamber. You never know. Interesting. Big Nang, another 10 spot. Big Nang says that's why if they decide to rock, to do Rock and Roman, have Orton to WrestleMania as champ and Cody beat Orton instead. HBK failed first at WrestleMania 11 and won at WrestleMania 12, but with a different story. Well, yeah, but 11, that's what I mean. I mean, that was a totally different opponent. Big Nang. That was Big Nang, right? Big Nang, I think WrestleMania 11, I was at WrestleMania 11. That was Shawn Michaels versus Kevin Nash, right? And Shawn Michaels came down to the ring with Pamela Anderson. I think that was Michaels versus Kevin Nash, Diesel. And then WrestleMania 12, it was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, completely different story. And that's when they went all in with the childhood dream. Remember that, the boyhood dream? And they did the right thing. Vincent Kennedy knew he had to win the title there. Big Nang, you bring up a good point. I couldn't imagine Michaels losing that match, waiting another year for him to take on Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13 to win it. We would have never gotten Steve Austin versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13, and that was an iconic, epic moment that stands the test of time to this day. We would have never moved on to something bigger and better for Bret Hart and Steve Austin had we played the same redundancy shit. It was the moment in time. Michaels had to win at 12. Cody had to win at 39. And at least Levesque McMahon admits he got it wrong. He says, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. He knew when the air got sucked out of that arena, that stadium. He was like, shit, I just fucked up. And Roman's been sitting home for the most of the year. And here we are trying to redo it again at 40? I could never imagine Shawn Michaels failing at 12. Never. Ever. Cruz Madrid earned his gold card. Welcome to the Unit Gold team, the board of directors. Cruz Madrid. Salute, bro. Let me give a salute. Cruz Madrid. Gold card looks so awesome after your guys' name. I gotta say, man, when you guys have that gold card, man, it lights it up, man. You know, I'm a little biased. It's my Green Bay Packer colors too, but it's just badass. Welcome to the unit gold, brah. And Anthony Bowley with a 10-spot couple of coffees says, listening while driving, BC. Throwing some love and respect. And headed to work, I believe, is what Bowley is saying. Bowley, smash it out, bro. I appreciate it. Nothing like cruising down the interstate with BC, rocking out an amplified review. Pretty badass. Anthony Bowley, appreciate you, brother. Who, by the way, you know Anthony Bowley. Gold card. Part of that board of directors. My channel members. JB with a 5-spot coffee. Just got his gold card back, by the way. JB says, does Becky beat Rhea at Mania? Should Becky beat Rhea at Mania? I'll say this, JB. If Becky Lynch is going to take on Rhea Ripley, if that's the match at Mania, having her get squashed figuratively and literally, or not figuratively, they had a decent match actually, but literally squashed to Nia Jax, that's not the way to get a lot of us excited to see Becky versus Rhea. If Becky could not get past Nia, I don't want to, I mean, a lot of us are not going to realistically think that she's going to get past Rhea, because Rhea already got past Nia and like 3 other females in one match, 4 other females, something like that. See what I'm saying? That's why what you do first has to be carefully thought through, because it's greatly going to affect what you do next. Hope that answers that, JB. Appreciate you, man. Big Nang with another 5-spot coffee. Big Nang says, Bayley versus Nikita in a stink face match. Needs to happen in the future. Please book it, H. Bayley versus Nikita. Nikita, Big Nang, are you up in the Big Nang, if you're up in the chat, are you talking Nikita Lyons? Is she still injured, by the way? Let me know if Nikita Lyons is still injured. Maybe you're talking about her. Why that's not where... Oh, there you go. Okay. I lost the whole big screen of super chats for a second. I am back. All right. I don't know what happened there. So Big Nang, that is... All right, so Big Nang's no longer in the chat, I guess, but I'm guessing he's talking Nikita. Nikita is back, says Jer9. Nikita is a very thick woman, and I mean that in the best of ways. That's a whole lot of woman. She is voluptuously beautiful, and she has a lot of assets, and she's good in the ring from what I've seen. There's areas of improvement that need to be conducted, but Nikita Lyons is a presence, man. For sure. Yeah, she is back. So, yeah, oh, well, Nikita Lyons versus Bayley anyway. I don't know about a stink face match, but I'll be on board with that. Got to bring her up to the main roster yet, and it's not exactly time for it. Ron C23, what up, brother? 11-month membership, by the way. Yeah, boy, Ron C here. Happy New Year. Woo! Ron C23 is a Charlie Flair fan, by the way, which is totally cool. Those that think like I just like, you know, it's always just calling out the missed moonsaults and not being happy with Charlotte Flair's booking. Well, it's not just that, man. Ashley Flair is a sweetheart. We want to like everything Charlie is doing. It's just not connecting with a lot of us, man. It's just redundancy. I mean, she's been there 7-8 years and she's already got nearly 14 titles. If you count the NXT, she's probably already tied with her father or close. You know what I mean? It's just, and there's nothing next level special that would make somebody get 14 titles in 7 or 8 years. I mean, it's obnoxious. It's obviously because it's the Flair name. So for a lot of us, we need more. But Ron C23 is a gold card member, a big Charlie fan, always welcome, and BC and many of my amplified unit. We want to, when Charlie comes back, we want to care And I'm hoping the company and Charlie get together and do some fun, creative things to make us care. But we do hope that she has a speedy recovery, not too speedy because we want her to be 100% and better. But just don't be the forced robotic presence that she is to a lot of us. And for the record, why we call her Charlie Flair, first of all, it's a play on names, which we do on the channel anyway. But on top of that, Becky Lynch first did that. It's not something we just did on the channel. Becky Lynch, many, many times, looks right at Charlotte and calls her Charlie. So we just played on it. It's Charlotte, not Charlie. Well, yell at Becky about it. I don't know what to tell you. Fiery Death. I just want to see Liv Morgan back, period, man. I love Liv. Liv got into some trouble recently, right? She got pulled over, I think. Liv Morgan she's a big Packer fan. Liv Morgan was at the Green Bay game several weeks ago. She had her Green Bay championship. And then I think she got pulled over and maybe there was some substance in the car. And I don't know. But it's going to be great to see Liv back. The thing with Liv Morgan is she was getting so good. And then, unfortunately, the injury occurs. But she was just getting better and better every week. I feel that Liv Morgan was hitting her stride. Liv Morgan's a good wrestler. I don't think a lot of people give her much credit. They just see another little blonde, and there's so many of them in wrestling. You know what I mean? Oh, it's an Alexa Bliss. Oh, it's a Julia Hart. Oh, it's this one and that one. No, it's Liv Morgan is separate. So I hope when she does come back, it's fun and there's a lot of care, effort put into it. JB with a 5-spot coffee says, last one for you. Does Io Sky make it to Mania with the belt? Io versus Bayley, ? JB, great question. There's no other way, man. Io has held the title for a while now, which is actually making the title prestigious. That's half of it, right? Holding the title for a while does make it prestigious. But there has to be more layers to it. You have to be involved in some fun stuff. You have to be putting on good matches, right? It's a lot of things that have to work perfectly in sync together for a title to be prestigious again. That title is prestigious because Io's holding on to it, but Io is having really good matches, guys. Io Sky is doing some of her best phenomenal work. I wish the stories were better with Damage Control, no question. That's where it's lacking, but that's through no fault of her own. There's no way that just a few months before Mania, she can drop the title. She's a heel. She's held the title for a while. She's been banging out her performances, so she deserves a big match at Mania. And unfortunately, that is where she has to drop it. Hopefully to a big babyface that is ready to launch that title even further, maybe. Is that a Sasha Banks or an AJ Lee? Is a lot of people going to be pissed off if AJ Lee or Sasha returns, wins the Rumble, and chooses Io? Does Sasha help out Bayley? Sasha overrides Bayley and gets the match? Or does Sasha help Bayley and Io face each other? Because they're trying to boot Bayley out. Bayley's best friend is Sasha Banks. And maybe that's how they set up Bayley and Io. But Bayley and Io, I guess it makes the most sense. They have to be careful because Bayley has lost so many matches and she feels so irrelevant. That if she's going to get this big Mania match, you better start putting in more proper care to Bayley's booking. I've always liked Bayley, for the most part. Some of her booking was just so bad. But seeing her in a match like that on the grandest stage, I'm totally down with it. So, I don't know. You left a question mark. I don't know if they know what they're doing with the ladies. You're going to have some big surprises in the Rumble. They could go Jade Cargill wins the Rumble. Goes either Ripley or Io. Maybe they try to make Jade a face. She's better suited as a heel. I don't know, man. There's so many ways you could do this, man. Would you guys be down for AJ Lee returning? Does anybody care in 2024? I've always liked AJ Lee, man. When that theme song plays, man. Because she's already lacing up the Chuck Taylor. She put out a post of her and Punk in the ring training together. So she's dropping teases just like Sasha Banks. I know a lot of you guys can't wait to see Banks back. I'm interested to see if a lot of you guys would like AJ Lee back. Because there's a very real possibility she could be at the Rumble. Yeah, I'm like you guys, man. A lot of you guys are pumped to see her if that is the case. It would be fun. It would be great to hear her music play. And you don't forget, guys, she has not been back since the whole drama with Punk nearly 10 years ago. She stayed a little bit longer, so for her, it's more like 9 years-ish. But she has not even been back to say hello or not. You know, we know the story about the termination on the wedding day and all that, and she supported her man. She's always had prominent roles in WWE. The McMahons have always loved her, even when Stephanie and her were kind of spatting because AJ was calling them out with women's timing in the matches and not getting enough time. And Stephanie had to defend the company. But they've always loved AJ. Look at her booking. In just 3 years, she was one of the most prominent females in the entire wrestling world. And it's sad that she went away and just never came back to even say hello. So that would be a massive Royal Rumble surprise. Yeah, Ty Mellon, 8 years-ish. Yep. AJ Lee's GM role. You remember they made little AJ Lee was the general manager of Raw, guys. That's a true story. Oh, what are we at? A $190 Kings. Yeah, let's get that to 200 live before we go off there, man. I know it was under an hour of notice on a Tuesday morning, but there ain't no reason we shouldn't have a couple hundred up front on those ups. Let's smash that. And let's make sure that the thousands that are going to catch us later, they have a little bit of an easier road as we go toward 300. Appreciate that, guys. Let me make sure I got everybody first and foremost. I think I got everybody, guys. We just went an hour and a half nearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out now. I got a lot to do, a lot of, man, Tuesday night, too. We got a lot of traveling to do, too. I would like to catch some of NXT tonight, too, especially if Andrade's coming down, man. That'll be big. All right, guys. To all you guys, salute. Thank you for joining me the last hour and a half. To the thousands that'll catch this over the next 24 hours, salute. Sorry you couldn't catch this live. I wish I could have gave you more of a heads up. There's no way I could have known. I don't even know if I'm going live most of the time until an hour before. And then I have to set everything up. And by that time, you guys got about 20, 25 minutes notice. So I know most of you guys will catch us after, but just know we rocked out for you and you were here in spirit. Don't worry, especially my gold team, my channel members. Appreciate you guys big time. 200 on the ups. It just came up on my real views. Thank you. 200 on the ups. I appreciate that. That's it, guys. Until next time. And there will be that next time. Top guys, we are out. BC saying check you. Salute. Salute. Anybody go long? Let's go long. Go. You got to go long. Go.